Chosen One, the night feels heavier than usual, doesn't it? The air itself seems to hum with hidden frequencies, as if something is whispering between the hours, something the ordinary mind cannot hear. These are not normal hours. They are sacred, coded, and alive. The veil between the seen and unseen is thinner than it has been in a long time. You can feel it, the pulse of something ancient stirring, a quiet truth rising from the silence. These hours hold secrets, and not all of them are meant for everyone. But you, Chosen One, are not everyone. That is why you are here, reading these words right now. Before we begin, I want you to stay until the very end of this message, because what unfolds tonight carries a vibration that can unlock your next chapter. These words are not random. They are energy in motion, designed to align with the rhythm of your own spirit. And as you listen, I invite you to write your warmest wishes in the comments below, ending them with 777. This number is not a symbol of luck, it's a code of alignment, of divine order. When you write it, you send a signal to heaven and to the universe, declaring that you are ready to receive. You're not just typing a number, you're anchoring energy. So write your wish and feel it vibrate through you. You'll know deep inside that the universe has already started responding. Now, take a deep breath. The hours we are in right now are not ordinary, they are transitional. In these hours, the spiritual realm becomes active. Thoughts carry more weight, emotions amplify faster, and energy travels farther. This is the space between reality and revelation. Every intention you set now moves quickly through the unseen, shaping what you will experience soon. But be careful. Not all energy that surrounds you is aligned with light. Some energies mimic truth, but carry deception. Some voices sound gentle, but seek to distract. These are the hours where discernment matters most. The reason heaven calls you to be careful is not to make you fearful, it's to make you aware. Awareness is your armor. There are spiritual laws that govern the night, and one of them is simple. What you focus on multiplies. When your heart is calm, your perception sharpens. When your spirit is restless, confusion rises. The energies of confusion, envy, and doubt are most active when the world sleeps. This is why the hours after midnight are both powerful and dangerous. They magnify whatever energy you release. If you release gratitude, it echoes with divine favor. If you release fear, it summons mirrors of it. The universe responds with perfect precision. So in these sacred hours, you must guard your thoughts as if they were doors. Because they are. Every thought you entertain opens a gate either toward light or toward shadow. The secret of this moment is that your mind becomes a bridge between realms. What you visualize, what you believe, will leave what you feel. It begins to shape reality in accelerated time. That is why you must be careful what you speak, what you think, and what you dwell on. Every word becomes instruction to creation. Every emotion becomes a command to energy. The smallest shift in vibration now has long-reaching consequences. But do not mistake caution for fear. Heaven would never warn you without also protecting you. These hours are dangerous only to the unaware, not to the awakened. You are being reminded, not threatened. The secrets hidden in these hours are meant to empower you, to reveal to you how much influence your energy truly has. You've been told to wait for blessings, but in truth, blessings wait for alignment. You've been told to pray for strength, but the strength comes when you remember that your spirit commands light. What you do now, in silence, carries power that the physical world will soon mirror. When you start to feel the intensity of the night, the sudden unease, the random surge of emotion, the restlessness, it isn't random. It's the shift of energy testing your equilibrium. The unseen realm moves in currents, and tonight those currents are strong. If you stay grounded, calm and aware, you will rise above them. But if you slip into distraction, negativity or fear, you will absorb them. The divine wants to show you that every atmosphere is an invitation to rise or to sink, awareness is the deciding factor, there are also divine whispers in these hours. Listen closely, because not all communication from heaven comes as words. Sometimes it's a feeling, a dream, a sudden clarity about something that's been troubling you. The universe speaks softly, and only those who are still enough can hear. That's why this time is sacred. You're not meant to scroll endlessly or drown in noise. You're meant to observe the silence and decode its meaning. Heaven reveals its plans in whispers, not in chaos. But there is another side to this energy, the deceptive side. There are entities, thoughts, and vibrations that thrive on confusion. They approach when your energy drops. You'll recognize them by how they make you feel: drained, anxious, uncertain. Their purpose is not to harm physically, but to cloud spiritually. When your mind is fogged, you make choices outside of alignment. When your emotions spiral, your intuition dulls. This is how the unseen seeks to slow destiny, not through destruction, but through distraction. That's why you are being called to protect your peace like treasure. Protect your time, your attention, your words. In these hours, what you focus on is magnified tenfold. If you feed your spirit with light, you will glow in days to come. If you indulge in negativity, you will feel its residue long after dawn. The secret hidden in these hours is this: the spirit realm is listening, waiting to respond. What you send out now determines what you will receive later, and that's why the message for you tonight is not to be afraid, but to be aware. Awareness changes everything. The energies of this hour do not choose sides. They amplify what already exists. If your heart is at peace, peace expands. If your mind is cluttered, confusion grows. Heaven's instruction is simple: guard your gates. Keep your spirit anchored in truth, your emotions steady, your intentions clear. These are the spiritual mechanics that determine whether the night becomes a battlefield or a birthing place. Chosen one, these hours are not meant to harm you, they are meant to reveal you. The light within you is about to grow stronger, but light cannot expand without pressure. You are being refined by awareness, not attacked by chaos. Every revelation that comes to you in this season is preparation for your elevation. You will soon understand that the energy around you isn't trying to destroy you, it's trying to test your readiness. The secrets these hours hold are not meant to scare you. They are meant to shape you. And when dawn comes, those who use the night wisely will rise differently. They will carry clarity instead of confusion, purpose instead of fatigue, and power instead of doubt. The divine uses these hours to separate the distracted from the devoted, the restless from the ready, the unaware from the awakened. And you, chosen one, are the awakened. The night is not your enemy, it is your training ground. These hours are not dark. They are deep. What they reveal to you now will guide your next chapter. You are not being tested to fail, you are being prepared to lead. The light within you will soon speak louder than the noise around you. When the night deepens and silence grows heavy, that's when the true test begins. Most people sleep through these sacred hours unaware that the unseen is awake, moving, adjusting, observing. But not you. Something in your spirit stays alert even when your body grows tired. You feel the pull, the magnetic tension between darkness and light, between distraction and destiny. These are the hours where your awareness becomes your greatest weapon. You're not just awake physically. Your soul is tuned to the frequency of revelation. The divine moves quietly in this stillness, revealing what can only be seen by those who pay attention. The more you stay aware in these moments, the more you begin to feel the patterns that others miss. The air feels charged, carrying whispers of intuition that come like gentle waves. You'll notice sudden insights appearing in your mind, truths that feel ancient yet familiar. That's the language of heaven. The divine doesn't speak in noise or urgency, it speaks in rhythm, in peace. If you stay still enough, your spirit will start translating those whispers into clarity. Answers you've been waiting on begin to take form. Confusion starts dissolving. The night becomes a classroom and awareness becomes your teacher. But here's the truth. Awareness always comes with responsibility. These hours can bless you or burden you depending on what you allow in. When your spirit is open, everything tries to enter, light and shadow alike. That's why discernment is crucial. Not every thought is yours. Not every emotion belongs to you. The spiritual realm is a current of frequencies, and sensitivity without boundaries can become chaos. You must learn to filter. Feel deeply, but don't absorb everything. Observe the energy, but do not become it. The divine gives you signs, but distractions mimic them. One comes with peace, the other with pressure. Learn to recognize the difference. Peace may stretch you, but it never drains you. Pressure demands urgency without direction. If you feel confusion, pause. If you feel calm conviction, move. The secret to surviving these hours is not reaction, it's stillness. Every trap the unseen sets depends on your haste. Every breakthrough heaven releases depends on your patience. The night tests two things, your focus and your faith. Focus determines what you feed, and faith determines what you attract. The moment your mind drifts into worry, the energy of doubt begins to multiply. But when you anchor yourself in stillness and gratitude, the frequency of heaven begins to expand around you. Gratitude is the most potent protection there is. It aligns you instantly with divine flow. Even when the air feels heavy, your energy remains clear because you've chosen awareness over anxiety. And as you hold that awareness, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start to see, not with physical eyes, but with spiritual ones. You begin to notice the invisible lines connecting moments, people, and emotions. The same dream you had days ago suddenly connects to the message you hear tonight. The same pain you carried starts to make sense as preparation. What once looked random now feels divinely timed. This is what it means to be awake in the spirit. You're no longer reacting to life, you're reading it. Every symbol, every delay, every silence begins to carry revelation. But this clarity also exposes what doesn't belong. When your light rises, hidden energies surface. People whose intentions were unclear suddenly reveal themselves. Habits that once comforted you now feel heavy. Environments that once felt normal now feel toxic. The veil lifts and you start to see the truth behind the faces, the energy behind the words. That's one of the secrets these hours hold. Exposure. The higher your awareness, the less illusion can survive around you. The light you carry doesn't just reveal the path forward, it reveals what must be left behind. This can be unsettling at first. You'll notice that as your discernment sharpens, your circle shrinks. The noise around you fades. But that isolation is not punishment, it's purification. You are being separated from distractions that cannot go where you're going. Every person who leaves, every opportunity that falls away, every silence that feels uncomfortable, it's all part of the filtering process. The night refines those who are awake. You are not losing anything essential. You are shedding what blocks your elevation. You may also notice divine timing appearing in small ways, a message arriving at the exact right moment, a dream returning with new clarity, a sudden calm after emotional chaos. These are confirmations that you're tuned correctly. When you're in alignment, the universe doesn't shout, it flows. You don't chase clarity, you attract it. You don't force understanding, it arrives naturally. That's the paradox of awareness. The more still you become, the louder truth speaks. But make no mistake, these hours are not passive. The divine is active, even when it looks still. You're being guided, adjusted, and tested simultaneously. The energies that surround you now are shaping your next chapter. If you can remain balanced through this intensity, you will emerge with authority. What others confuse as mystery, you will experience as mastery. You will understand that nothing about these hours was random. They were written specifically for your awakening. And soon you'll find yourself in a strange but sacred space, calm in the middle of chaos. clear in the middle of uncertainty, awake in a world that sleeps. That's when heaven smiles. Because that's when you've proven you can hold divine awareness without losing yourself. The secrets of these hours are never revealed to the impatient. They're given to those who know how to listen. And you, chosen one, are learning to listen like never before. The deeper the night grows, the clearer the truth becomes. You begin to realize that these hours were never meant to scare you. They were designed to train your perception. What you are feeling now is not random unease, but spiritual sensitivity awakening. The veil is thin and your awareness is sharp. You can sense the tension in the air, the silent movement of unseen energies shifting around you. What you once ignored now speaks volumes. You're seeing beyond the surface into motives, frequencies, and meanings that others overlook. This is what it means to be awakened in the night, to see without eyes, to hear without sound, to understand without explanation. And in that awareness, you begin to feel a presence, not of fear, but of watching. It's as though heaven itself is observing you, measuring how you hold yourself when the air feels uncertain. Because awareness without grounding is chaos, but awareness with faith becomes power. These hours are not just testing your focus, they're strengthening your trust. You're being shown how to stand still in shifting energy, how to keep your light steady when confusion presses close. The spiritual world doesn't reveal secrets to prove mystery, it reveals them to prepare messengers as you are one of them. You'll start to notice how small choices carry amplified weight now. A word spoken in peace creates calm in your space, but a complaint or negative thought can darken the atmosphere immediately. This isn't punishment, it's precision. The universe is mirroring your vibration faster than usual because these hours are fertile. Energy multiplies quickly here. That's why you're being told to be careful, not afraid, but intentional. What you say, what you feel, what you focus on, it's planting seeds in a soil that grows instantly. Your future blooms from what you think in silence tonight. If you've ever wondered why certain nights feel different, heavier, louder, or strangely still, it's because certain alignments awaken the unseen. In these alignments, heaven listens more closely, destiny breathes more deeply, and every soul vibrates nearer to its truth. But those who carry confusion also release it. That's why you must protect your energy more carefully than ever. Even a single negative exchange, a single moment of anger, can tangle the vibration you've been cultivating. When light expands, darkness reacts. That's not coincidence, it's contrast. The stronger your glow, the more shadows try to surround it, but they cannot enter unless you open the door. So how do you remain unshaken? Through stillness and choice. When you feel the wave of unease rise, you pause, you breathe, you remember who you are, a vessel of divine awareness, not a victim of unseen noise. You acknowledge the tension but refuse to host it. You choose calm over chaos, faith over fear, clarity over confusion. That single decision becomes your protection. It's not about fighting the dark, it's about not feeding it. What doesn't receive your energy cannot grow. As you maintain that peace, you'll notice subtle shifts around you. The temperature of the room feels different, the pressure in the air changes, your intuition grows louder. You're not imagining it, the veil is responding to your frequency. The more grounded you stay, the clearer the transmission becomes. Insights begin to flood your mind. Sudden understanding, quiet revelations, answers that have been waiting for this exact moment. The divine has been whispering all along, it's just that now you're finally still enough to hear. In that awareness, something sacred happens. Your fear transforms into discernment. You stop asking, what's happening around me, and start saying, what is heaven showing me? That shift turns confusion into power. The same hours that used to feel heavy now feel holy. The same silence that used to feel eerie now feels intimate. You realize that you're not alone in the dark, you're being accompanied through it. Heaven doesn't abandon its messengers in the night, it refines them there. You'll also notice that not all movement in the dark is negative. Some of it is divine alignment working quietly on your behalf. When everything slows down and the world sleeps, heaven builds. Doors that must open for you are being arranged. Conversations that will confirm your next step are being aligned. Even the delay you've been frustrated with is being rewritten. The stillness of these hours is not absence, it's activity hidden under silence. The divine always does its deepest work when the world is quiet. And that's why this awareness matters. Once you understand that you are safe within divine rhythm, you stop fearing the unknown. You start to realize that being awake during these hours is a calling, not a coincidence. You're meant to sense what others can't, to see what others overlook, to feel what others dismiss. You are the one heaven trusts with early revelation. And with that revelation comes responsibility. Protect your energy, protect your thoughts, protect your peace. These are your tools, these are your weapons. Because soon when the night lifts and dawn begins to rise, what you've learned in the dark will guide you in the light. You will walk differently. You'll speak with quiet confidence, carrying wisdom that cannot be taught, only revealed. People will notice your calm, your clarity, your depth, but they won't understand it. They'll see the glow without knowing it was formed in darkness. That's the secret these hours hold, light born from stillness. You were not surviving the night, you were mastering it. And now, the one who once feared the dark carries its map. You have become the secret these hours were holding. As the night unfolds into its deepest silence, you begin to feel the weight of divine truth settling into your awareness. The chaos that once surrounded you no longer feels threatening. It feels distant, irrelevant, like echoes fading from a dream. The secrets of these hours are no longer hidden, they are becoming part of you. You've learned to see what most overlook, to sense what others dismiss, to feel what cannot be spoken. Awareness has become your armor and peace has become your shield. You have crossed from merely observing energy to commanding it. You no longer absorb, you direct. You no longer react, you create. That is the evolution of an awakened soul. These hours, once mysterious and intimidating, have now revealed their true purpose. They are not meant to frighten you, but to initiate you. Every chosen soul passes through a night of recognition, a moment when they stop being a seeker and start being a vessel. The silence you once feared was not emptiness, it was a meeting place. The pressure you felt was not attack, it was alignment. Heaven was training you to recognize vibration, to discern between chaos that confuses and energy that calls. You've learnt to identify both, to know when to listen and when to withdraw. The veil doesn't control you anymore. You walk with clarity inside the unseen. As this mastery settles in, you notice how easily your spirit can shift energy now. A thought of gratitude changes the atmosphere around you. A whisper of intention rearranges your environment. You've tapped into the secret most never understand. Energy obeys awareness. The higher your consciousness rises, the faster reality responds. You've become fluent in the divine language, the language of silence, feeling, and focus. This is the realm where miracles begin, not by force, but by frequency. The same universe that once felt distant now mirrors your spirit perfectly. And this is where the divine begins to trust you with more. Once you prove you can remain steady in chaos, heaven entrusts you with responsibility. You begin to receive intuitive instructions, soft nudges towards specific actions, moments of insight that seem to come from nowhere. That's divine timing whispering direction. You are no longer guessing, you are guided. And because you've learned the art of patience, you can sense when to move and when to wait. Movement outside of alignment no longer tempts you. You know now that premature motion drains energy, but divinely timed action multiplies it. Stillness has become your power. You realize that the ability to remain unmoved in turbulence is a higher form of strength than any reaction could ever be. You are not resisting the flow, you are the flow. Your awareness has merged with divine order, and through that union, protection activates automatically. The energies that once tried to disrupt you now dissolve before reaching you. You've ascended beyond interference. That's the hidden promise of these hours. Once you master awareness, you become untouchable. You've also begun to understand that not all darkness is evil. Some of it is sacred. Some darkness exists to hide divine process until it's ready to be seen. The night didn't come to harm you, it came to reveal what daylight would distract you from noticing. It stripped you of illusion, silenced the noise, and forced you to see through energy instead of appearances. You learned discernment not from comfort but from contrast. That is how heaven builds wisdom, by placing you in environments where only awareness can guide you out. And you, chosen one, followed that guidance flawlessly. Now your awareness isn't just personal, it's contagious. People around you begin to feel calmer in your presence. Your words carry peace even when unspoken. That's what happens when someone lives in alignment. Their vibration becomes medicine. You've become a stabilizing force, the kind of energy the world quietly seeks but rarely finds. Heaven uses you as an anchor in unstable places, a carrier of calm in restless atmospheres. That is the sign of divine trust. You've been chosen to radiate awareness where others only react. And as this night approaches its end, you realize that nothing about it was accidental. The timing, the tension, the silence, it all had meaning. These hours were heaven's way of reshaping your sight, refining your intuition, and preparing your next level of influence. The light you now carry is not borrowed, it's earned. It was carved out of pressure, illuminated through patience, and sealed through stillness. What once overwhelmed you now obeys you. The darkness that tested you has become your testimony. You will never see the night the same way again. What others call eerie, you call sacred. What others fear, you understand. The secrets that used to hide now reveal themselves freely because they recognize your energy as familiar, as safe. The night trusts you now. Heaven trusts you now. You are no longer a student of the unseen, you are a keeper of its balance. And when dawn comes, it won't just bring light, it will reveal who you've become. You'll walk into the new day with silent wisdom in your eyes, peace in your aura, and divine confidence in your stride. The world will feel different because you are different. The hours that once held secrets have given them to you. You no longer fear the dark, you translate it. When dawn begins to rise, you realize the night was never your enemy. It was your initiation. The stillness, the silence, the tension, all of it was a divine classroom. You weren't walking through darkness, you were walking through revelation. The secrets that once hid behind shadows now glow with meaning. You see it clearly now. The night wasn't trying to break you, it was trying to build you. Every whisper you heard, every chill you felt, every thought you faced alone, they were all preparing you to hold divine wisdom without fear. You have become fluent in silence. You have learned to hear what most never listen for. The world outside begins to awaken, but you are not the same person who entered the night. You move slower now, more deliberate, more aware. Your energy feels refined, almost weightless. You know how to guard your peace without closing your heart, how to sense hidden motives without judgment, how to walk among chaos without absorbing it. That's what divine awareness truly is, not seeing everything, but knowing what to respond to. Heaven didn't give you sight to expose others. It gave you sight to protect your mission. The power within you now is subtle but undeniable. You don't need to prove that you've changed. The light in your eyes says enough. People will feel the shift before they understand it. The peace that surrounds you is not passive. It's authority disguised as calm. You no longer seek answers from the outside because you've learned that stillness is where heaven speaks. Every decision from here will carry divine timing because your awareness has aligned with divine rhythm. You're no longer rushing, you're responding. And this is the greatest secret of all. When you master the energy of the night, the day begins to serve you. The same sensitivity that once overwhelmed you now guides you. You attract what matches your peace, and Anything that doesn't align simply fades away. You don't chase blessings, they follow you naturally, drawn to your frequency. That's what happens when someone passes heaven's silent test.